You're up late.
I wanted to talk with you.
Couldn't it wait till morning?
There's no chance of a private talk during the day. Peggy's right there. It's difficult to get away from others in this house.
I must have walked 20 miles.
Why?
I felt like it.
Before you upped and dashed out after reading that letter, we were discussing the farm.
You were discussing the farm.
Meaning you don't want to discuss it?
That's right.
Wouldn't be a wife that letter was from, would it?
Look, Ma, my life's my own. Let me live it.
No one's life's that much their own. There's duties, obligations. And it's no use walking round in circles, hoping they'll go away.
Don't tell me I've got to stand up and face them like a man, please.
Your dad couldn't. He thought he could drown them in beer. When you get tired of walking, I dare say you'll end up trying that.
He wasn't a drunk.
Not quite. But sitting in a pub while others tried to keep farm and family going makes it just a matter of capacity. Principle's the same. Like father, like son. Run away.
Ma. All right, say what you want to say.
If you're in trouble with a woman, that's your affair. Nothing to do with me. But what happens here on the farm is I have to live here.
You can have the farm. I don't want it.
Would you like a cup of tea?
Yeah. Thanks.
I got Jacob to leave the farm to you. If he hadn't made a will, it would have come to me. Widow has first claim on the husband's estate. You know that, don't you?
Don't you want it either?
Jack. For all his faults, your dad wasn't a bad farmer. He knew what was what and managed to keep things going, even from the pub. Well, now he's gone. I could work. I'm not afraid of work. But it takes more than willing work to make a living from a farm nowadays. Look at Matt. He couldn't find a better worker. But he could no more make a go running a farm than cows in shed. And Joe's not with it half the time. This farm's the only living we've got. So who's it leave?
It's Peggy.
Peggy. But if she could, she wouldn't. And by the same token, she's dragging Matt off to work in Leeds or Bradford or someplace. Leastways, she got him writing off for jobs there.
Will he go?
He'll go where she wants. And what she's always wanted to do is to move where the bright lights are. That leaves me and Joe to keep this place going. Now do you see why I wanted you to have the farm?
I wouldn't let you starve.
It's not just starving, it's the farm. It's been in our family for near enough 100 years. We've got roots here. Doesn't that mean anything to you?
I don't know how to answer that question.
We belong here, that's the answer. I don't want to have the place sold over my head and have to go somewhere else to die. And I want to know what's going on after I've gone. The only chance I've got is if you're willing to pull up your socks and take over. You've got brains. And you can work if you want to, I know that. If you don't, we can't last more than a 12-month the way things are.
You'd best get to bed. It's late.
I'm not going without an answer.
I can't give you one. Not now. There's other things to consider.
Have you got a job somewhere?
No.
Well, in that case...
Just give me time, Mother. Don't worry. You won't have to leave here, whatever happens.
Are you in some sort of trouble?
Please, Ma. Just go to bed.
Don't forget, I wouldn't ask for help if I wasn't ready to help in return. Good night, Jack.
mine for myself. It's Peggy. She saved up to buy me that rod.
I see it's put right, don't worry.
Well, you bet you had. And you don't let Peggy hear about it or there'll be trouble for both of us.
Well, I nipped down to Cartwright's this afternoon. He's bound to have top piece.
Oh, I wouldn't be too sure. Peggy got it mail order somewhere.
Cartwright's and everything. Go on. Over. Get up. Matt, you don't have a quid to spare, do you?
I'm still waiting for the last one I lent you.
I give you that one back.
You did not. You get no more until you do.
I would have sworn I did. Come on.
You had 2 quid off Pyne yesterday. What's happened to that?
Well, you know how it is. I got drinking last night in the wool pack.
Ah, with that Wilks last, weren't you?
Well, she wanted to. Oh, hello, Jack. Not got a sore head, have you?
I want you.
What for?
Best ask her. Hello, Matt.
You're nothing good, either.
Happy about Peggy, are you, Matt?
What's that?
About her being... But you know... Expecting, isn't she?
Oh, aye, I like kids.
Hoping for a boy.
Take what comes. Have to.
Would you like to leave farming?
What makes you ask me that?
But I know Peggy's always fancied living in the city, that's all.
If you want to know if I've written off for a factory job, why don't you ask me straight out?
All right. Have you?
For what it's worth? Aye, I have. But I'll see you get proper notice if it comes to anything.
Quick!
On where?
Never mind, just get away from here. Come on. Lynn told you I was here, I suppose?
Uh-huh. I tried phoning, but there's no phone.
No. Someone must have posted the letter.
Well, didn't you?
I wasn't going to. Then I lost it. People are always honest or kind at the wrong time.
Ah, don't be cynical. You'd have had to have led on eventually.
I don't have to do anything.
Oh, come off it. You can't just drop people and hide away forever. What about Franchetti? He's expecting you on the 16th.
You'll have to phone him and tell him I won't be there.
You don't mean that.
And I don't want anyone else to know where I am either.
Well, what about Lynn? She's probably led on to a dozen people already.
No, she won't do that. She'll maybe drop a few hints that she knows where I am, but she won't let on. Not Lynn. She likes a little intrigue. This'll be right up her street.
As a matter of fact, she wanted to come with me. I said best I had a word with you first.
Thanks.
And you can't go on putting her off indefinitely. Unless I have something to tell her, she's going to be up here like a shot. Come up to London.
No. That's her territory. If I meet her at all, it'll be on neutral ground.
You want me to fix it?
There's a country hotel at Connelton, the Feathers. Do you know it?
Well, I can find it.
Well, tell Lynn I'll meet her there a week today.
It's a long time for her to keep her tongue quiet.
You can manage her. And I've got to see someone before I meet her.
Who's that?
A lawyer. I've had about enough of Lynn.
Is Mr. Sugden in?
I don't know for sure. I'll go and have a look. You'd best go in.
Thank you.
Hello.
Oh, hello, Joe.
Sorry I'm a bit mucky. I've been sorting sheep. What can I do for you?
Oh, it was a Jack I wanted a word with.
Oh, Jack.
Yes, I'm sorry. I didn't make myself clear.
I thought it was our Joe you were friendly with.
Well, I am. I hope we're all going to be friends. But I just wanted a word with Jack.
He's not in.
He's not gone with Ma and Matt for hens, has he?
No, he went with a man in a car.
Strange, you mean?
I'd never seen him before.
Could you ask him to ring?
We're not on telephone.
There's nought up to date here.
Oh, but it's a lovely kitchen. Beautiful.
Wouldn't say that if you had to work in it.
Oh, she's always going on about the house. Take no notice.
It all wants chucking out and starting again.
Oh, no, that would be terrible.
Why? How much washing up, scrubbing and polishing do you have to do?
I admit I don't. But it's not that. It looks so right, as a kitchen should be.
Kitchens aren't for looking at, they're for working in. 2 hours over that sink and your aching back would soon change your tune.
Sink's the bane of her life. What did you want Jack for?
Oh, he's seeing my father about the right-of-way. I just wanted to have a word with him first.
Well, shall I tell him then?
I don't want them to come to blows.
Oh, no, they won't. Mum's a real boss, you know.
Is she?
Yeah, Jack's not interested in farming. Won't hang on here.
That's the three of you, is it?
Oh, that's right. Jack, me and Peggy. Mum and Dad.
Jack has his mother's face, hasn't he?
Ever see anything like it? I like the Cromwell Road myself. You've got no soul. I'm proud and happy to agree. You should marry Lynn. You make a good pair. Incest? Still frowned on, even in London. You can't mean you really want to live your life amongst all this fresh air. If I can. At least I'm thinking of it.
Keep it that way. Great believer in thought. No one ever got into trouble just thinking. It's only when they start doing. So don't do anything, just think.
Even not doing is action, in a way.
Well, don't get philosophical either. You've had a hard time. All right, it'll pass. No need to get all starry-eyed about holding up in a country cot and going rustic on us.
You forget I was born here.
That's a very good reason for living somewhere else. Preferably London.
No prophet ever makes it in his own backyard.
And we got that from God, didn't we?
In the same gospel, it says that the kingdom of heaven is like a pearl of great price, worth selling everything you've got to get it.
I've got a new rule. Never quote God, you'll always get him quoted back at you.
The Lord stood on a wall with a plumb line in his hand and asked Amos what he saw. And Amos said, a plumb line. How about that?
I give up. How about it?
You've got to know your heaven when you see it.
Well, if this is yours. You've got the walls all right. Look at them. Must be a local mania for it.
But the ground is stony. Before it can be worked, it has to be cleared. You've got to put the stones somewhere. Hence the walls.
Well, good luck. Now, let's go. I need a breath of that polluted city air.
You go, I'll walk.
Walk?
I like walking.
Well, it's miles.
By road. Across the fields, it's not half so far.
So, when do I see you?
After I've seen Lynn, maybe. Don't forget, the Feathers, Connalton, a week today.
Evening?
Around 7.
You're the boss. I hope you see sense, that's all.
Yes? Wilks. No, I'm afraid she's not. Gone shopping somewhere. Harrogate, I think. Yes? Yes, I'll tell her. Do you know anything about young Saunders?
Well, he comes from a good old family.
I've only met him once. Wasn't very impressed. Seems very keen on Marian. Rings her up every day on some excuse or other.
Well, it's what Miss Wilks thinks that counts, I suppose.
There's the Dundley plant. Separate company, private. I shall want to buy her for that.
Well, Pargeters might...
No, not Pargeters. They're a cheap company. They'll only buy cheap.
Blakeston?
It's how to approach. Start sounding them out, they'll think Dundleys is on the rocks.
Well, it doesn't matter what they think, surely. The books can prove it's in a very good state of profitability.
Right. Fix me a date to see Blakeston's. And Tewson's might be a good bet. I'll see them too. You can drop a hint to each that I'm seeing the other. Competition makes for a good price.
Neither would want the other to get Dundley.
All the better. Well, that's a lot, isn't it?
Yes. You know, if I may say so, Mr. Wilks, I find it hard to think of you doing nothing.
I'm retiring. To me, that means retiring. I'm looking forward to having a bit of time on my hands.
Yes, I'm sure. But for what?
For what? To do nothing in, of course. Except fish a bit, shoot a bit, sleep a bit. Would you like a drink?
Oh, please.
Whiskey?
Thanks.
From now on, I'm a countryman. I want nothing more to do with business. Nothing at all. You can drink to that. The end of Wilks and Fisher.
And I hope the start of a happy retirement.
We'll be happy, all right. There'll be trouble for somebody.
Oh, there is this matter of Mr. Sugden. Now, he rang and suggested the 22nd at 3 for your meeting about the right-of-way. Is that agreeable?
22nd, Monday?
Next.
Good, that'll do.
Now, shall I ask him to come here, or would you prefer to meet at my office?
Let him choose. Wherever it is, I warrant he'll go out a bit tamer than he comes in.
Broken down, I'm no use to you. Don't understand cars.
I've run out of petrol.
Thought only men on the make had that happen.
I'm always leaving it till the last minute. Been waiting for a car or something to beg a lift.
You're likely to have a long wait. This road has about 4 cars a day.
Is it far to a garage?
That way to Houghton, 8 miles. That way to our home village, 5 miles.
Oh, dear.
Over the hill to where we live, between 2 and 3 miles.
Is that where you're going? Can I come with you?
You're hardly dressed for walking.
I've got to do something. Daddy will drive me over with a can of petrol.
One of the things daddies are for, I suppose. You'd best lock your car. Country folk aren't as honest as novels make them out to be. Right. Off we go.
What kind of car was it? I don't know. Oh, it was white. Expensive.
Oh, Rose, maybe.
I don't know about cars. Except that old wreck we've got. What was the man in it like? I hardly saw him. He was in car. Jack got in and he drove off very quickly. Obviously, he didn't want anyone here to see him.
Jack, you mean?
Who else? Well, else well enough, I suppose.
There's the ends to get settled in.
Hey, what about paying for him?
I've fixed with Blackies to take 3 calves privately. It'll cover cost and save going to Otten Market.
Oh, you coming to give me a hand?
Think Rain will hold off?
Well, won't bother us. We'll be in hen-house.
Right. Thank you.
Hey, that Wilks girl was up here asking for him and all. Who, Jack? Said she wanted a word with Mr. Sugden. Naturally, I thought she meant our Joe, so I fetched him. No, it was Jack she wanted. Did she say what she wanted him about? Didn't ask. We'll have that Merritt girl up here next asking for him. Jack had nothing to do with her. And it's years ago. Forgotten. Aye, they got long memories in Beckindale. If he's seen with that Wilks girl, tongues will soon start wagging, you mind. Well, you just have to wait and see.
Do you think it'll last long? Would you like a cigarette?
It's not wise to smoke in barns. This stuff goes up like wildfire.
I called to see you today at the farm. Daddy didn't shoot that bird. I asked him.
Well, he's not likely to admit it, is he?
He's not a liar.
Sorry. If I doubt him, I must do it to his face, mustn't I? That's the gentlemanly way.
I don't understand you.
Don't you?
You always seem to be looking for the worst in people.
It could be that I look for what's good and get disappointed.
But you have to start off by believing people are good, and...
And you don't think I do?
You don't seem to.
You could be right. I'm inclined to think that what is beautiful is good. Hold my hand. Come on. You can't really judge a person unless you touch them. You judge me, and I'll judge you. See if we like what we find. Are you afraid of what you might discover? Come on. You've got to take risks if you want to establish relationships. I like what I find. How about you?